If you're looking for the answers, I still don't have them, but what I do have is a particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people who mislead, misinform, or misrepresent the sports card industry. So if you don't do that, I'll let it go. But if you do, I'm going to talk about you today. Unfortunately, we got to do it. So I want to welcome everyone back to another episode of the Sports Card Investigator Show. My name is Andy. I am your humble and privileged host as always. And just a quick thank you to everyone who reached out during my brief hiatus. I want to assure you everything is fine. Everything is great. Couldn't be better. I've never and have never, will never step away from this hobby. In fact, I love it more than ever. And you know, contrary to prevailing beliefs and observations, not to mention countless videos, I think that the sports card hobby is doing just fine. You know, where I see it, it's doing just great. And that's not to sound selfish or self-centered, but to me and to you, that's all that should matter. If you're happy in this hobby, then who cares about the other noise, right? I was going to say the hobby is thriving, but then people would attack me for sure for being way too positive. But I do agree that your perception of the hobby might hinge on why you got involved in it in the first place. If you entered 2019-ish, riding that magical market wave, and you did it to buy and flip cards for quick gains, quick profits, then your perspective may differ than mine. But I don't know. I think it's just doing good. I'm surprised that some of those guys that entered just in the 2019 arena are still here. But if you're here, good for you and welcome. And I hope you guys can find a way to stick around. For me, I'm in it because I love the hobby. I know that sounds really corny, and I get it, but it's true. I started collecting cards when I was very, very young. Hell, I lost more cards in my bicycle wheel spokes than I care to remember. But I love doing it. I remember it was a passion that I shared with my dad. And then when Ty came along and he got old enough to collect cards, we did it together. We still do it to this day. And another thing I really like is our community. As dysfunctional as it may be at times. And no matter the ever-changing landscape, you can always find your niche, your niche. So tell me what you think. Like, let me know what you think. Put in the comments, like, why are you guys in it? You still in it? Have you just let me know what you guys think. I'm always interested in the pulse of the community and what you guys think about what's going on. Now, as a non sequitur, Tyler always tells me, he goes, hey, you should do videos that inform and educate. And I think that's a great idea. They don't get many views, but I do like it. And I think you'll like this one. It's maybe we'll call it the Sports Card Investigator Tip of the Week or the Month or whatever it may be. How about let's discuss today some tips, or let's discuss the art of bidding on eBay auctions. Specifically, not how to do it. Specifically, how not to do it. So here's a golden rule. If you bid on an eBay auction, be careful when you use a mega bid. It's a very, very slippery slope. Now, speaking of mega bids, not to be confused with big bids, super bids, gigantic big bids, humongous bids. Oh no, my friends. I'm talking about mega bids. The kind of bids that not only crush the competition in auctions, but the kind of bids that will produce fantastic content. So I'm telling you, if you look to drop a mega bid on a card and you emerge victorious, then congratulations, you mega bidder, you. But here's an important part to that scenario. If you win using said mega bid, don't be the guy that doesn't pay. If you win, pay for it. No excuses are gonna work if you don't pay. If you neglect to fulfill your end of the bargain, there's a chance that someone might just embark on a quest to discover your identity and tell everybody they know who you are. And if that happens, my friends, let the games begin. And games begin, they sure did. Imagine not paying and then being called out in the community. Not the best look, right? Now, if you're a jag, just another guy, again, it's not the best look. You're probably going to be blocked from participating in some future auctions, maybe called out in some group chats, get on some list. But it is what it is. You're still a douche, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, you're probably an anonymous douche. Just make another account and move on. But imagine, if you will, sound like Rod Serling, imagine, if you will, a world full of people. But just imagine if you're a person with a voice in the hobby, someone with a pretty decent-sized platform, a purveyor of positivity, a prognosticator of hobby happiness, someone that prides himself on giving the hobby its therapeutic dose of goodness. Do the right thing. If you don't feel better, call me in the morning. Just imagine if you're that guy and you did it. But it gets even better. Say you're that guy, you get caught. Now, what happens? To cover up this ridiculous behavior, you go on a rambling, disconnected apology in your car that just makes the situation worse. I was going to say exacerbates, but I always have a problem with that. Not that time, that's pretty good. But I always have trouble with that word. But who even does this? Who goes into their car and does a video? A dramatic, incoherent apology delivered from the driver's seat of your car. It was a passenger seat. I really can't remember because I didn't see a steering wheel and the apology is gone, because that's obviously where all of your profound reflections occur. So what's next on the agenda? Glad you asked. How about deleting that apology and making your Instagram private? But wait, there's more. Block anyone with a dissenting opinion because, well, who needs a little heat in their life? The grand finale, how about deleting your entire Instagram profile? Poof, it's gone. Then for the real pièce de résistance, wipe clean your YouTube channel that once called out bad actors in the hobby, highlighted lapses of judgment, and shed light on the trust within the community. You cannot make this up. Remember I talked to you guys about gaslighting in the hobby? Perfect example here. Rob's apology was fantastic. I'm so glad the person I screwed over found out who I am and then called me out, because now I will grow as a person and won't do it again. I'm so thankful I got caught. An episode of Jimmy Swaggart. Give me a break. Like, you would have apologized if you got caught. This type of behavior must be like in the influencer handbook. I'm still waiting on my copy. It's so familiar. I've seen it 100 times before, at least twice. And frankly, it's disgusting. And you should be offended by it. These guys think that we are stupid. We're marks. That's all we are to these guys. And an apology, a 9-minute YouTube apology, will absolve them from any misdeed they have done. There's something I want you to pay attention to. This is important. I want you to watch closely and observe those guys in the hobby. You know exactly who I'm referring to. The people who will publicly distance themselves from this guy, and those who will openly defend him. And those that mention and call out this behavior, and those that turned a blind eye and ignore it. That, my friends, will speak volumes. Oh, come on, Andy, you're being so hard on Rob. He's a good guy. Give him a break. No, it's not going to happen. And I want to make this clear. I have nothing personal against Rob. I don't even know Rob. I met him for like a minute in the National. Seemed like a good guy, nice guy. But this has nothing to do with the actions that occurred, the actions that took place. This sort of conduct should not be tolerated in the community. It will be. And I'm usually a really forgiving guy. But when you present yourself as someone beyond reproach, a beacon of positivity, and then admittedly engage in this kind of behavior, it's a whole different story. It's just not a good look. But you know what is a good look? Oh, wow, what a change, right? But I'm serious. You know what is a good look? The Philly Show, happening December 1st through 3rd, the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Brace yourselves, everyone. I will be there shooting some content with Tyler. As I said, we'll be there. Bryson Stott will be there. Alec Bohm will be there. John Kruk will be there. Larry Thomas will be there. Who? Larry Thomas. No soup for you. Brian Dawkins will be there. And even, I can't wait for this, the legendary, one of my idols, William Shatner. Yes, you heard it right. William Shatner will be there. Holy cow, the lineup is incredible. And it goes on and on. So if you happen to be in the area, you're in the Philadelphia area, don't be shy. We will be there. Come around. If you see us, spot us, say hello. You need undeniable proof that the hobby is, dare I say, thriving. Then look no further to the Philly Show. Get all the details at phillyshow.com or follow at the Philly Show on social media. I hope you see you there. I can't wait. It's only a couple weeks away. I love this show. It is just so much fun. The people that you meet, the people that you talk to, it just gives you a few hours, a couple days, just escape from all this stuff. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, if you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you don't like what you see, hit it anyway. Drop a comment. If you don't agree with what I said, that's fine, because free will and all. And until next time, take care.